Let's start setting up.
Roger. I'm out voor een walkabout. I'm back. No issues on the walkabout.
Hi, the security and safety checks are all done. Can we start boarding now?
Go for it.
Okay.
Jetstar 566, ready to copy IFA clearance to Brisbane Airport. Jetstar 566, Melbourne delivery, expect runway 34, non-X-tree departure with the non-X transition, initial climb to 6,000 feet. Squawk 1742. Non-X-tree departure with the non-X transition. Squawk 1742. Jetstar 566.
Hi guys, here's a load sheet for you.
Jetstar 566, read back correct. Contact ground 121.7 when ready for pushback or engine
No
start.
problem, have a safe flight.
Ground 121.7 when ready, Jetstar 566.
Delivery, good morning, Jetstar 213 IFR to Auckland, ready to copy.
Jetstar 213, Melbourne delivery, expect runway 34, cause 9 a departure with the cause transition. Squawk 0752.
Runway 34 with the cause 9 departure, cause transition, and a squawk 0752 Jetstar 213.
Jetstar 213, Melbourne delivery, expect runway 34, cause 9 a departure with the cause transition. Squawk 0752.
Expect runway 34, cause 9 departure with the cause transition, and squawk 0752 Jetstar 213.
Jetstar 213, read back correct. Contact ground 121.7 when ready for pushback or engine start.
121.7 Jetstar 213, good day.
China Southern 322 Heavy, ramp Delta 13 Alpha, request pushback.
China Southern 322 Heavy, Melbourne ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face west.
Pushback and engine start approved. Phase west, China Southern 322 Heavy.
Velocity 739 at gate Echo 9, request pushback and engine start. Velocity 739, Melbourne ground, pushback approved. Face west. Pushback and engine start approved. Face west, velocity 739. All aircraft be advised information Quebec now current, QNH 1006. Jetstar 566, contact Melbourne Tower 120.5. Contact Tower 120.5, Jetstar 566.
Vietnam Airlines 780 Heavy, exit Delta 14, request pushback.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to you all. My name is
Vietnam
Jasmine and
Airlines
I'm the cabin
780
supervisor
Heavy,
on your
Melbourne
flight
ground,
today.
pushback
We would
approved.
like to extend a warm
Face
welcome to our
southwest.
frequent flyers and guests from other international partner airlines. So we can
Pushback
depart
and
as soon
engine
as
start
possible.
approved.
Please take your
Face
assigned
southwest.
seat. Observe the
Vietnam
no
Airlines
smoking and fast
780
seatbelt
Heavy.
signs. Only light-hand baggage should be placed in the lockers above you. All other items must be placed under the
China
seat
Southern
in front of you.
322 Heavy,
If you are
request
heading down an
taxi.
emergency exit, all of your hand baggage needs to be securely stowed in the overhead locker, and the crew will be happy
China
to
Southern
assist you.
322
We are
Heavy,
here to
runway
help, so
34
please
taxi
don't
via
hesitate
Tango,
to ask
Alpha,
anyone of us
Kilo.
for assistance.
Runway 34
Are you ready for
taxi
departure
via
brief?
Tango.
Go ahead.
Alpha,
Alright, the
Kilo,
latest weather shows
China Southern
marginal
32 Heavy.
conditions. Plan to push and start for 2-engine taxi. There are no hotspots along our taxi route. It'll be a left seat takeoff, and
Velocity
there's no need for radar
739,
today. We'll
request
plan
taxi
for a
to the
reduced
active.
thrust takeoff. Prior to V1 for any master warning, engine fire or failure that will prevent the aircraft
Velocity
flying safely
739,
will
runway
abort and
34
stop on the
taxi via
runway.
Uniform, Alpha,
After
Kilo.
V1, we'll take it flying and deal with it in the air and plan to come back here.
Runway
Our top threat
34
will be
taxi
weather.
via
Any
Uniform,
questions?
Alpha,
No
Kilo,
questions.
velocity
Okay, that completes the
739.
brief.
Jetstar 438, ramp Golf 47, request pushback and engine start.
Jetstar 438, Melbourne ground, pushback approved. Face west.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face west, Jetstar 438. Eastern 283, ramp Bravo 26, request pushback and engine start.
Eastern 283, Melbourne ground, pushback approved. Face north.
Pushback approved. Face north, Eastern 283. Vietnam Airlines 780 Heavy, ready to taxi to the active.
Vietnam
start
Airlines
checklist.
780 heavy,
Parking brake.
runway 34
Set.
taxi via Uniform, Alpha,
Takeoff
Kilo.
speeds and thrust.
Set and checked. Set and checked.
Runway 34
Kilo,
taxi via
1,
uniform.
4,
Alpha,
7,
Kilo,
days,
Vietnam
4,
Airlines
9,
780 Heavy.
5, 0, flag stamp, 6, 7 degrees, windows.
Closed.
Are you sure about it? Beacon.
Hi guys, all passengers are on board. I'll be clear to
Velocity
close.
739, hold position for traffic. I'll call you back.
Clear to close.
Hold
Clear to
position for
close.
traffic, velocity
Thanks, let me know if
739.
you need anything.
Velocity 739, continue taxi. Continue taxi, velocity 739.
On.
Jetstar
Before
438,
start, checklist
taxi for
complete.
departure.
Jetstar 438, runway 34
Contact to
taxi
ground.
via Yankee, Alpha, Kilo.
Flight deck to ground.
Runway 34 taxi via
We'll be ready
Yankee,
shortly.
Alpha, Kilo,
Roger.
Jetstar 438. Eastern 283, request taxi.
Eastern 283, runway 34 taxi via Tango, Alpha, Kilo.
Runway 34 taxi via Tango, Alpha, Kilo, Eastern 283.
Ground, good afternoon. Jetstar 213, gate Golf 43, ready for push and start.
Rex 3662 at ramp Golf 60 Delta, request pushback. Rex 3662, Melbourne ground, hold position for traffic. I'll call you back. Hold position, Rex 3662. Vietnam Airlines 780 Heavy, contact Melbourne Tower 120.5.
Contact Tower 120.5, Vietnam Airlines 780 Heavy.
China Southern 322 Heavy, contact Melbourne Tower 120.5, bye-bye.
Contact Tower 120.5, China Southern 322 Heavy.
Velocity 739, contact Melbourne Tower 120.5. Contact Tower 120.5, velocity 739. Jetstar 213, Melbourne ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face west.
Push and start approved, face west, Jetstar 213. Flight deck to ground.
Go ahead, flight deck.
We are ready for pushback and engine start.
Jetstar 438, contact Melbourne
Release the
Tower
parking brakes, please.
120.5.
Brakes released.
Pushing back.
Over to Tower 120.5, Jetstar 438.
Rex 3662, Melbourne ground, pushback approved. Face west.
You are
Pushback and
clear
engine
behind
start
and you can
approved.
start your
Face
engines
west,
at your
Rex
discretion.
3662.
Starting engine 1.
Okay.
Velocity 091. Gate Delta 4, request pushback and engine
Pushback
start.
complete. Set parking brakes, please.
Brake set.
Velocity
Roger.
091,
Okay, the tow
Melbourne
bar is
ground,
disconnected
pushback
and the
approved.
equipment is clear.
Face
We'll
west.
see you on the right side with the pin.
Clear to disconnect.
Pushback approved.
Thanks.
Face
Have a good
west.
flight. See you later.
Velocity 091. Rex 3662, taxi for departure. Rex 3662, runway 34,
Starting
taxi
engine
via
2.
Alpha, Kilo.
Okay.
Runway 34, taxi via Alpha, Kilo, Rex 3662. Jetstar 707 at ramp Golf 44, request pushback and engine start.
Do not.
Eastern 283, contact Melbourne Tower 120.5.
Outside, inflated by pulling the toggle.
Contact Tower 120.5, Eastern 283.
This tube. There is a light. Directing attention. The cabin.
Jetstar 707, Melbourne ground, pushback approved.
Your
Face west.
safety must now be stowed. Armrest down. Window blinds open.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face west, Jetstar 707.
Your safety on board can be found in the in-flight magazine. We hope you have a great flight.
Velocity 091, ready to taxi to the active. Rex 3662, contact Melbourne Tower 120.5. Over to Tower 120.5, Rex 3662. Velocity 091, runway 34 taxi via uniform, Alpha, Kilo. Runway 34 taxi via uniform, Alpha, Kilo,
off.
Velocity 091.
Off.
Ecam status.
Checked.
Pitch stream.
Set and checked. Set and checked.
Radar trim.
Neutral.
After start checklist complete.
I'm Jetstar 213, ready for taxi.
Jetstar 213, runway 34 taxi via Yankee, Alpha, Kilo.
Runway 34, taxi via Yankee, Alpha, Kilo, Jetstar 213. Clear left side.
Jetstar 707, ready to taxi to the active. Jetstar 707, runway 34 taxi via Sierra, Juliet, Alpha, Kilo. Runway 34 taxi via Sierra, Juliet, Alpha, Kilo, Jetstar 707. Velocity 091, hold position for traffic. I'll call you back.
Pressure 0.
Flight controls check.
Ready.
Hold position. Velocity 091.
Full down. Neutral. Shore left. Shore right. Neutral. Shore left. Shore right.
Velocity 091.
Neutral.
Continue taxi. Continue taxi. Velocity 091. Jetstar 707, contact Melbourne Tower 120.5. Over to Tower 120.5, Jetstar 707. Velocity 091, contact Melbourne Tower 120.5. Contact Tower 120.5, velocity 091.
Taxi checklist.
Flight controls.
Checked. Checked.
Checked. Flap setting.
Config 1 plus F.
Config 1 plus F. Radar and proactively adjust your steering.
On and auto.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
ECAM memo.
Takeoff, no blue.
Taxi checklist complete.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now commence the safety demonstration. Each aircraft may be different, so we'd appreciate your attention to the TV monitor closest to you.
Rex 3472, ramp Golf 60 Bravo, request pushback and engine start.
Rex 3472, Melbourne ground, pushback approved. Face west.
Pushback approved. Face west, Rex 3472.
Jetstar 213, contact Melbourne Tower 120.5.
120.5, Jetstar 213, good day. Tower, good afternoon, Jetstar 213, runway 34, ready for departure.
Jetstar 213, runway 34, line up and wait.
Runway 34, line up and wait, Jetstar 213. Runway entry procedure.
Jetstar 213, Melbourne Tower, wind 300 at 15, runway 34, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 34, Jetstar 213.
Cabin crew proceeded for takeoff.
Velocity 091, contact Melbourne departure 118.9.
Contact Melbourne departure 118.9, velocity 091.
Line up checklist.
Takeoff runway.
Confirmed.
Runway 34 confirmed. TCAS.
TARA.
Flex 1 and 2.
Off.
Lineup checklist complete.
Takeoff. Takeoff.
Check.
Manflex 67, SRS runway, auto thrust blue.
Checked. Thrust set. knots. V1, rotate. Positive sky.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Autopilot 1 on.
Jetstar 213, contact Melbourne departure 118.9.
118.9, Jetstar 213. Good day.
Rex 3662, contact Melbourne Centre 124.0. Bye-bye. runway 3662. Have a good
Speed
day.
checked. Flash 0.
Departure, good afternoon. Jetstar 213 passing 3,000 feet.
Jetstar 213, Melbourne departure identified. Climb to flight level 180.
Climb to flight level 180, Jetstar 213.
Melbourne departure, Rex 3472, 1,400 feet.
Rex 3472, Melbourne departure. Good day. Identified. Climb to flight level 190.
Climb to flight level 190, Rex 3472.
Velocity 091. Contact Melbourne Centre 124.0.
Contact Melbourne Centre 124.0, velocity
Starlight
091.
close. Pressing flight level 109.
Velocity 1364. Contact Melbourne Centre 135.7.
Clear right now.
Okay.
Centre on 135.7. Velocity 1364.
Seatbelts off. 124.0, Jetstar 213, good day.
Negative, Melbourne Centre on 124.0.
124.0, Jetstar 213.
Negative, Melbourne Centre on 124.0.
1000 to go.
124.0, Jetstar
Negative,
2.
Melbourne Centre on 124.0. Negative, Melbourne Centre on 124.0.
124.0, Jetstar 213. Center, good afternoon, Jetstar 213, flight level 180.
Jetstar 213, Melbourne Centre, identified. Climb to flight level 370.
Flight level 370, Jetstar 213.
Jetstar 213, contact Melbourne Centre 135.7. Have a good day.
135.7, Jetstar 213, good day. Center, good afternoon, Jetstar 213, passing flight level 195, climbing flight level 370.
Jetstar 213, Melbourne Centre, radar contact. Velocity 1364, contact Melbourne Centre 122.6. Centre on 122.6, velocity 1364, have a good day.
You have control.
I have control.
New Zealand 289 Lima. Contact Wellington approach 122.3.
Contact Wellington approach 122.3, New Zealand 289 Lima.
Are you ready for the arrival brief?
Go ahead.
Our current weather shows marginal conditions, and we've got the arrival and approach for guidance in FMS for descent planning to get down to the airport. It'll be an ILS approach. The runway is dry, and we'll take the first available turn and taxi to the gate per ATC instructions. Once cleared, we can plan to start the APU for taxi in. Primary threat will be weather. Any questions?
No questions.
Brief complete.
Jetstar 213. Contact Auckland approach 124.3.
124.3, Jetstar 213. Approach, good afternoon, Jetstar 213, descending via Aradi 7 Bravo, passing flight level 100.
Jetstar 213 Auckland approach. QNH 1007, expect the
Expect the ILS 05 right and QNH 1007, Jetstar 213.
For your safety and the safety of those around you, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened and keep the aisles and exits clear until the seatbelt signs are turned off. Take care when opening overhead lockers, as items may have moved during our flight. Mobile phones may now be used on board, and smoking is not permitted inside the terminal. Thank you for choosing to fly with us. It's been our pleasure looking after you today. On behalf of your crew, we wish you a safe onward journey and hope to see you again soon.
Cleared direct Lengu. Cross Lengu at or above 3,000 feet. Cleared ILS runway 05 right.
Cleared direct Lengu. Cross Lengu at or above 3,000. Cleared for the ILS 05 right. Jetstar 213.
Auckland approach, Jetstar 236, 1,900 feet with the numbers.
Jetstar 236 Auckland approach, QNH 1007, expect the ILS runway 05 right.
QNH 1007, expect the ILS runway 05 right, Jetstar 236.
Checklist.
Barrel ref.
1006 set. Set and checked.
106 set. Seatbelts
On.
minimum.
215 feet set.
Auto brake.
Low armed.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
Approach checklist complete.
Arm approach. Arm approach. Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1. 1000 to go.
Flaps 2.
Speed checked. Flaps 2.
Jetstar 213 established 05 right.
Jetstar 213, roger. Jetstar 213, contact Auckland Tower 118.7. Have a good afternoon.
118.7, Jetstar 213, good day.
340 at 4. Runway 05 right. Cleared for takeoff.
Gear down.
Runway 05 right. Cleared for takeoff. CT 410 heavy.
Cabin crew be seated for landing. Speed checked. Flaps 3.
Tower Jetstar 213, runway 05 right. Flaps full.
Speed
Jetstar 213, Auckland Tower. Continue.
Continue approach Jetstar 213. Landing checklist.
ECAB memo.
Landing no blue.
Landing checklist complete. Thousands.
Jetstar 213, wind 340 at 4. Runway 05 right cleared to land.
Runway 05 right clear to land, Jetstar 213.
Jetstar 213 cleared to land runway 05 right.
Clear to land, runway 05 right, Jetstar 213.
CT 410 heavy. Contact Auckland departure 129.6. Contact Auckland departure 129.6, CT 410 heavy.
100 above.
100 above.
Minimums.
Continue.
Checks.
Minimum 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard, drive.
Spoilers. Reverse green. Decel. Safety knots.
Jetstar 213, exit left at Alpha 5.
Left on Alpha 5, Jetstar 213.
New Zealand 155 Lima, holding short, runway 05 right.
Jetstar 213, contact ground 121.9er.
121.9, Jetstar 213, good day. Ground, good afternoon, Jetstar 213, request taxi to assigned gate.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your safety
Jetstar
and the safety of
213,
those around you,
gate
please
15
remain
taxi
seated with
via
your
Alpha,
seatbelt fastened
Delta.
and keep the aisles and exits clear until the seatbelt signs are turned off.
Gate 15
Take care
Alpha
when
Delta,
opening overhead
Jetstar
lockers,
213.
as items may have moved during our flight. Mobile phones may now be used on board and smoking is not permitted inside the terminal. Thank you for choosing to fly with us. It's been our pleasure looking after you today. On behalf of your crew, we wish you a safe onward journey and hope to see you again soon.
After landing checklist.
Radar and projector feature system.
Off.
After landing checklist complete.
Qantas 146, contact Auckland Tower 118.7, bye-bye.
Contact Tower 118.7, Qantas 146.
Taxi lights off.
Qantas 156, gate 3.